brothers and the occasional sister. I've always wanted one, and that one came up for $350 on Marketplace. A bloke called Guy, his dad Nick, who's a designer, actually, he didn't design that. He told me that a bloke on the west coast owed him some money and paid it with a kayak, a Canadian kayak. Anyway, I took it for a fish last night, and shit, it was good. Shut up, Johnny! I did actually post that on the Good Bastards Club on the Patreon last night, but wasn't a flash video. It's just catching some kahawai, nothing that exciting to see. And they're all pretty small fish. The kahawai, for some reason, out in the bay here have just been small. I'll show you the size. Just not catching the big ones. They are out there, but I'm just not getting them. Guys are catching them, but I'll show you what it's like. I gave them all away, but I kept one. So that's inside a book. So, you know, magazine. Anyway, that's the size, and I haven't bled it or anything. I was just going to whip the fillets off this morning. Those small ones are quite tasty, and I don't bother bleeding them. In fact, I didn't even gill that one. So that was what I did, and I've got some missions planned for it. I'm having a late breakfast this morning. It's coriander and a mishmash of other vegetables, lots of beans. So I've been eating beans every day now for the last 3 years. And what they do is they really lower your LDL because it's a resistant starch. Very, very good. And it keeps you energized all day because the protein in them, and they are resistant starch, they release it. I've got some kumara and potato and some gnocchis and some other veggies in there, but that's my breakfast. But it wouldn't be complete without a cup of tea. My darling daughter Dayla bought me this cup from Austria, where she was born, and also my son was born. And when she goes back there, she always buys me a cup. They're made by this certain outfit. They're really expensive, but they're kind of cool because they've got this deer on them. God, I'd love to knock over a deer that's, what's that there? It's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it a 10-pointer? I haven't got my glasses on. 1, 2, 3. But it's a 10-pointer. I'll be happy with a 10-pointer. So I've just been on Stewart Island. I shot my first deer. It was a buck, a spiker, and the meat's actually really good on it, really tender. Excuse me eating while I'm doing a vlog, but I thought, well, I haven't done a vlog on the Broadcheck Club. I haven't been doing much because I've been doing missions. Excuse me wearing my puffer jacket at the side. I don't know why I'm excusing myself at my own house. I guess it feels a bit sort of rude. It's how you grow up. It's the way you're programmed when you're small, isn't it? Take your jacket off inside, son. I don't know, these things that are put into us as kids, and they stay with us our whole life. We keep the thoughts in our head, don't we, about do this, do that. And it makes you wonder how much of what we do is really programmed. I reckon a lot of it is. You either like coriander or you don't. There's not really a grey area with coriander for people. Some people say that it tastes like dishwashing liquid. I can imagine that. I don't like dishwashing liquid, but I like coriander. The thing about beans is that it's going to take you quite a while for your microbiome to work out how to process beans if you're not used to them. Some people say they give me gas. I get no gas on beans. What gives me gas is bread. I love bread, sourdough bread, but that'll give me gas. That's not good. It's the wheat or whatever's in it. But beans, no, I don't get gas at all. So my palate has changed. Used to be bacon and eggs for breakfast, but for a healthier heart, which I have, I went to this. But changing was really, really difficult. I'll share something with you. So I cut certain foods out for my health. And without going into great detail, some of those foods I craved so badly, I actually once got depressed. I actually got depressed because I wanted to eat it so much but couldn't, and I had to get through that. I don't mean clinically depressed where I was I couldn't move, and I didn't get joy out of the small things in life, and I didn't feel like I was part of society and couldn't find passion or anything. Not that sort of depression. I mean the depression where I just felt low all day. I was walking around, I just felt low, and I didn't really want to. I don't want to do anything. That was because I was really missing the food that I love. But what happens is over a period of months, you drop certain genes and you add certain genes, and now this stuff, which I would have hated, I love. Amazing, isn't it? And this stuff has given me my life back. I couldn't have done that 2 weeks on Stewart Island. I went down there, I had 3 things I wanted to knock off my bucket list that I've always wanted to do. Always since I was a kid. And the reason being is that my father was a ranger in Fiordland, and periodically, he was on a boat called the Renown, and periodically he'd go to Stewart Island and do different missions and stuff. Back then, sea lions were there's a lot more sea lions around then than there is today. I remember getting chased by a sea lion as a kid and it catching up with me on the rocks. They're faster on rocks than humans sometimes. Well, faster than a small boy. That's another story for another day. So I wanted to go back to Stewart Island. Well, I've never been to Stewart Island. I wanted to go there. I never actually went there. Dad told me stories about it because we didn't live with Dad. We lived in the city, and my parents broke up when I was 10, so I'd go and stay with him sometimes on the boat. He was the skipper of, and the ranger of, and the marine engineer of in Fiordland. And one thing I always would hear about these whitetail that were really hard to hunt on Stewart Island. And the other thing I hear about is this kiwi on Stewart Island. I'd never seen a kiwi. I'd heard them in the bush and places where I'd been, but never seen one. So I wanted to go back, and the first thing I wanted to do at Stewart Island is I wanted to see a kiwi. Well, man, did I see one, and that there is so hilarious. That there is so hilarious. Because I actually captured on film how I saw it. And the other thing was, I wanted to shoot a whitetail. And that I did. And the third thing, which I haven't released on video, that the other 2 I've released those, but I haven't, not here, but I'm still working on the primitive challenge. I want to do a primitive challenge on the island because it would really challenge me to be in a place I'm not familiar with all the plants and everything. It was only a short one and I'm still editing it. So yeah, the main challenge was, could I catch a fish using nothing but what I found in nature? No steel. I gave myself 1 item to take, which I'll reveal, and I will post that one public. That is going to be a public one on the Clay Tall Stories channel. But I haven't edited it, and the trouble was I bought this new phone that I'm filming with now, the Galaxy S25 Ultra AI, and the bloody default settings were so crap on it. So if you buy that phone and you want to do video, change your camera, because all of my stuff was way overexposed. It looked terrible. And I've had to try to colour code it. No, it's been so difficult. So I'm working on that project right now. And I don't like editing. But, pardon me, YouTuber, it's the work you've got to do. And it takes hours and hours. A video like that, for every minute you watch, takes about an hour to 2 hours or even 3 hours to edit. So you're watching a 20-minute video. Do the maths on how much work it is, and sitting kills my back. I just don't like being inside. Anyway, breakfast with Clay this morning is pretty low-key. I thought I'd just talk to you guys in a way that I talk to everybody else, because I've been making videos for a long time now, and for it to be sustainable for me, if I'm going to keep on doing this, then I've got to start doing it in a way that's sustainable, which means real, which means not trying to say what I think you want to hear, but say what I just naturally have to say, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that does make sense. I think you know what I mean, but if you don't, then, well, that's okay. Because I have thought about stopping doing this. Been doing it for 15 years on my other channel, and 3 years on this channel. And it's pretty boring, for the best part for most of you, to listen to some old bloke rattle on while he's eating his breakfast, I'm sure. I would find it boring. So I'm only posting this really for the people that genuinely still follow me and enjoy seeing the things in life I enjoy seeing, experiencing the things I experiencing, and also those of you that want to challenge me, because I think we all should challenge each other. I don't really, like last night, Judy invited me out for an evening with a whole lot of friends, and she knew I'd say no. Last night I was out in my kayak, paddling around in the dark in the Mapua estuary catching kahawai. That's where I want to be, with nobody. That's what I really enjoy. The stars coming out, my head torch, paddling in, beautiful calm. I spooked a big stingray. God, it gave me the shits. I nearly needed to change my adult nappies. And also, I'm really comfortable being alone in my own skin, and I'm not always that comfortable being around people I don't really know very well. I'm not a very good listener, because I get really bored very quickly with people when they just talk average stuff, so I switch off very quick. And I tend to want to talk about things that I'm interested in, which most people generally aren't. And I find myself trying to bring the conversation around to things that I want to talk about, and then I realise I'm being selfish and I'm not extending myself to other people, and I'm not allowing them to share what their experiences are because their experiences bore me, and then I realise I'm being selfish. So rather than put them through that and be that way, I think it's just better I don't show up. And that way I'm more comfortable. I don't have a real big anxiety, but I think I have a low level of anxiety where I'm not totally comfortable. I used to want to put a drink in my mouth when I go socialising to make myself relax, and I thought, well, if I've got to alter the way I am, that's not healthy. I don't want to alter the way I am. Nothing wrong with having a drink. Love a drink, but doing that just to feel comfortable, I should be comfortable in my own skin wherever I am. So, yeah, just the way I am. I don't think it's anything wrong with it, but we're all different, aren't we? And there's people out there that love to go out and socialise. Julie, my girlfriend, she socialises regularly, and she vibes off it, and that's great, man. That's great. Yeah, maybe I'm just an old fuddy-duddy. That's it. That's okay too. Anyway, brothers, I hope for every one of you guys that are out there that are listening still, I hope that you've got a really good flow state going in your life. When I say flow state, I mean, I hope that everything you're doing is flowing the right way, in the honest way, where you are tapping into your own creativity, whether you're writing a book on pig hunting, or you're doing a painting, or you're making a sculpture, or you're building a boat, or you're building a house, or you're building a concrete pathway, or you're building something in your mind that you want to create. I hope that's flowing for you, because we're all very creative, all of us. And I don't care if you say I'm not, because we are. I got a good mate, hunting mate, and I never would have thought he could be a writer. And he's written one of the best pig hunting books there is around, which I just love. Yes, I'll grab it actually. It's not far away because I go back to reading it all the time. It's very straightforward. Just called Dogs and Boars by Richard Ware. And yeah, highly creative bloke, really talented, because he writes in a way that's just the way that I'm talking to you right now. No bullshit. And it's funny. My girlfriend enjoys reading that. She's not a hunter. She gets a laugh at it. She's read the whole thing probably twice. And there's a person, and he's just an example of someone that I admire because he's living his truth. He hunts all the time. He's away hunting right now. I tried to contact him and get a message back. Oh, I can't. I'm out of range. That's his passion. Now, your passion could be something completely different, but the thing is, if you're doing what it is that you truly love, and then you're creative with it as well. Like you create a book or a song. I mean, I do songs about hunting and fishing. God, I wrote a song about my Toyota Land Cruiser because that's my passion. Pulling out of my local boozer and my Toyota Land Cruiser. She's a bloody doozer, gets me where I need to go. Well, she may be well outdated and naturally aspirated, but she never leaves me frustrated. Man, she sure can tow. There's a song about a Toyota Land Cruiser, and I've written a song about my chainsaw too. A pretty average song, but it's about a chainsaw. Some people write about most people write about love, because that's what they're passionate about. But I'm passionate about things as much as love. Yeah, love's all right, but it's a fleeting thing, isn't it? It comes and goes. It's a bit like a bird. Flies in, flies out, never seems to hang around forever. There's the theme for another day. Well, I'll finish off my beans, brothers, and the occasional sister, and bid you a good day, and hope that your flow state is flowing. And if it's not, the way to get it flowing is to be truthful and honest with everything and everybody, even to the point sometimes where you should never hurt anybody, but you might have to lose a few so-called friends. You may have to have a bit of a cull and get those out of your life that aren't vibrating in the same way as you are. Because you want to have the people around you that are in your team and that are in your tribe, so you can be you. There's nothing wrong with losing a few people that don't belong in your camp, because when that happens, other people that should be in your camp move in, and then you're surrounded by the ones that you truly love and love you for who you really are, not who you're trying to fit in with. That's the easiest way I can say that. Oh, who doesn't like a good cup of tea? Go steady, and I'll see you next Bro Check Club video. See you later.